Hello beautiful flowers, and welcome to today's video. In today's video we are going to be budgeting paycheck number 3. So if you're interested in seeing how I'm going to break down my paycheck for the 3rd week of October, go ahead and stick around and we'll get right into the video. Alright, so this week we are budgeting my husband's paycheck and it was $1,423. So let's go ahead and jump right into our first category. So first we're going to take care of the big stuff. So the first thing is rent. We always put a quarter of our rent away every paycheck, so that is $220. And then for debt, since my husband's check is a little bit larger and we're looking to get our loans down to less than hopefully as close as we can to a $3,000 balance, I'm putting a little extra in. Normally we put $375 and I'm gonna go ahead and put $450. So I think that's an extra $75 towards our loan balance. And then for spending, I'm gonna give us $200 this week for spending. So this includes groceries, gas, eating out, coffee, all of that stuff is part of our spending allowance for the week. So let's go ahead and total up that amount for our big stuff. We have $220, $450, and $200. $870 is going towards the big stuff. So if we started off with, let me remind myself how much we had, $1,423. That means we have $553 remaining for the rest of our budget. All right, next up we have our second category, which is bills. Bills, first off we have utilities. Utilities, I'm gonna go ahead and give $40 to. Phone, I always give $30 to $35. I'm gonna go ahead and do $35. Subscriptions, we will do $10. I think the only subscriptions I have right now are Spotify and Amazon, and I believe Disney Plus as well. All right, insurance, we're gonna give $50. And parking, we are going to give its usual $20. This is parking for my job. So let's go ahead and total up our bills for this week. We have $40, $35, $10, $50, and $20 is $155 towards bills. And from our last category, we had $553 remaining, minus our $155 is $398. So we have $398 left to budget for our savings and for our sinking funds. So I'm going to skip right over to savings because I think this is more important than my sinking funds to me. Savings it's also just more fun for me at least. So we have $398 remaining. I'm gonna go ahead and give $40 to our house. We are saving up for a down payment on a home and we're hoping to start looking, I would say, I think early next spring, we're going to be applying for mortgage approval and going through that process. So if any of you have gone through the house buying process recently, feel free to reach out to me with any tips and tricks you have. That would be great because we will be first-time home buyers. Our emergency fund, I'm going to give $50 to. I'm really trying to get that to its first $1,000. And then our 100 envelope challenge. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out our little tracker here for this. I would like to do 3 envelopes this week. I would want to do a big one and then maybe 2 smaller ones. So I think I'm going to do number 30 and then maybe number 13. And let's go ahead and do number 2. So I'll go ahead and total those up in the end. So I have 3 envelopes I'm doing. This one, I'm just trying to taking low and slow. I did a bunch of the big ones early on and that was nice, but I think I want to hit some of these smaller ones so I can focus more on putting more towards our debt for this month. All right, so let's go ahead and total up our amount that we're going to put into savings. We have 40, 50, and then those 3 envelopes of 30, 13, and 2. So 135 is going towards our savings. So we had $398 remaining from our bills and our big stuff, minus its $135, so $263. is remaining to go towards our sinking funds. And that is over here. Zoom in a little bit. All right. So I don't have any sinking funds in particular that I really want to focus on. What I'll be doing is I will just be dividing up my 263 as evenly as I can, and if there's any left over, I'll be giving, you know, whichever sinking fund I want to give a little bit more priority to, I'll give that a little bit more. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 sinking funds. So I'm gonna give each one a baseline $20, and then we will adjust from there with our leftover money. So I'm gonna really quickly write in $20 for each of these. And then, for instance, you know, whatever I have left over after I give each 20, you know, Christmas is coming up, so I might give my Christmas fund a little bit more. Or if I need some more clothes, I might give clothing just a little bit more. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 times 20 is $220, and we had 263 to work with. So minus our 263, so we have about $43 that we can add to our sinking funds. So I'm gonna go ahead here and think about which one I might want to give more priority to. I think I want to give gifts a little bit more since I have my husband's birthday and our anniversary coming up. So I'm going to go ahead and give that $15 more. So that would make 35 in gifts, and I'm going to minus 15 from our remaining balance. So 35. So I have $28 left to work with. And I think I'm going to give vacation a little bit more since we have that coming up here in a few weeks. I'm going to go ahead and give that $10 more. So minus 10 from our total here. And I'm going to add that 10 and make this 30. And then Christmas is also coming up, so I'm going to add another 10 to that, making that get 30 as well. And then I have $8 more to work with. So I'm just gonna give that 8 to one more fund. I think I'm gonna do my husband. I'll give him a little bit extra here. So he will be getting 28, so minus that 8. All right, so let's go ahead and total up our sinking funds, and that should total, what was that total? 263 should be left in our, or that our sinking funds total allowance will be 263 if I did my math right. Perfect, so it is 263, which means we have 0, oops, that was a horrible 0 left over. And then I'm gonna go ahead and write in our totals for each of the categories and total up to make sure we get 1,423. So we have $870 going towards the big stuff this week. We have $155 going towards bills. We have $135 going towards savings, and $263 going towards sinking funds. So that should total 1,423. Perfect, 1,423. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom out so you can see the whole breakdown sheet here, and I'll actually tilt this way so you can see it just a little bit better. So that is my entire paycheck budgeted out. I don't think I'll need to make any adjustments, but I like to keep things super simple and super easy, make sure that my remaining balance is always 0 at the end. I like to give every dollar a place in my budget. So if you have any questions, go ahead and leave me a comment down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.